The basic financial statements could be condensed or detailed depending on the preferences of the management. But in the case of basic financial statements submitted to regulatory agencies, condensed balance sheets or condensed financial statements would suffice. The accounting process under a financial management system of a CEC or telecenter involves several steps. And the first step in the accounting process is the identification, analysis, journalization, and posting of transactions. It is important to note that there's this concept of business entity or the so-called entity concept among certified public accountants or bookkeepers for that matter. The concept provides that only business transactions should be recorded as part of the financial transactions of the CEC or the business entity. Personal transactions of the management, of the officials or officers, as well as the employees of the CEC should be excluded from the recording of financial transactions of the CEC. The the important thing that should be taken into consideration by the bookkeeper or accountant in identifying, analyzing, journalizing, and posting CEC transactions are the source and supporting documents. Because a financial transaction of a CEC cannot and should not be recorded without any supporting or source document. The source and supporting documents help the accountant or bookkeeper identify the type of transaction, whether it is a sales transaction, a receipt transaction, a disbursement transaction, a purchase transaction, or any other types of transactions other than the four that I have previously mentioned, like for example, adjustments, like for example, returns of purchases or returns of sales from the customers. These are generally reported or posted under the general journal. The recording of transactions definitely should be uniform. There should be uniformity in the use of account titles in the preparation of journal entries and posting of such entries to the books of accounts. And the guide of bookkeepers and accountants in the determination of the appropriate accounts for every transaction that they record or journalize is the so-called chart of accounts. The chart of accounts usually provide the account numbers and the specific names of or account titles that will be utilized in the journalization of transactions. And there is no such thing as a standard or a fixed or rigid chart of accounts for every type of accounting entity or business entity, including CECs. Chart of accounts actually depend on the type of the business entity or accounting entity. And even within the CEC community or for CECs, the, the CECs may differ depending on the model that the CEC is using or depending on the funding institution that supports the CEC. Now, the chart of accounts, as I've said, depends on the type of business organization or the type of the CEC. If the CEC is a cooperative CEC, then it has a different set of account titles. If it is a corporate CEC, it also has a different set of account titles. But in all cases, there are certain account titles that are common to uh, to all types of business enterprises, be they profit or non-profit enterprises. The the transactions which are journalized are recorded in the books of primary entry, okay, or initial entry. And as I've said a while ago, the books of primary or initial entry are the so-called special journals. The sales journal or sales register, the cash receipts or cash collections journal, purchase journal, cash disbursements or cash payments journal, and general journal. In some instances, CECs or business entities also utilize other journals, like for example, petty cash book or petty cash journal, or even payroll journals. The These transactions, which are recorded initially in the books of primary entry, are ultimately reposted or summarized and posted to the final books of account, which are usually referred to as the general ledger and the subsidiary ledgers. But the subsidiary ledgers can also be considered as primary books of accounts because they contain basic information about specific account titles like receivables, disbursements, or accounts payable, and property and equipment, etc. The final book of account actually is the so-called general ledger, where the totals, the transactions posted in the primary books of accounts are totaled, and the total amounts are posted to the general ledger for purposes of preparing later on the so-called trial balance and financial statements. The recording of transactions in the primary books of accounts is usually undertaken on a daily or weekly basis depending on the volume of transactions of the CEC or depending on the policy set by the management of the CEC. But generally, it is preferable for the CEC to post the information, the totals from their or from its books of primary entry to its final books of accounts on a monthly basis so that monthly financial statements will be generated for the consideration of the management of the CEC. Now, in the case of CECs, we have the so-called steering committee or core groups. They are the policy determining body of CECs. Now, the posting of transactions to the final books of account, as I said, is usually undertaken on a monthly basis. And once the general ledgers are updated, the trial balance can thereafter be prepared already. The trial balance serves as a check to the equality of the debits and credits of in the general ledger. In fact, in some instances, trial balance is prepared even prior to the posting of totals from the primary books of accounts to the final book of accounts or the general ledger. For for clarity or for accuracy. But nevertheless, the trial balance should be prepared at the end of each month so that financial statements will be generated for the consumption of management. It is possible that after the trial balance has been generated from the general ledger or final book of account, that there will be certain adjustments. And these adjustments are the usual adjustments for prepayments, pre-collections, accrued expenses, accrued revenues, including adjustments of the ending inventory and depreciation. And after these adjustments are reflected on the trial balance, we'll come up with a so-called adjusted trial balance, which is now the basis for the preparation of financial statements, such as the balance sheet, income statement, and statement of cash flows, including supplementary reports like computation of financial ratios, preparation of more detailed reports or statements not otherwise shown in the condensed balance sheet or condensed income statement of the CEC or telecenter. The financial statements and reports of a business enterprise or a CEC or telecenter comprise of the so-called balance sheet, otherwise known as a statement of financial condition or statement of financial position. The balance sheet uh, provides or presents the account balances of assets, liabilities, and equity as of a given date. So the balance sheet, for instance, of January would be dated as of January 31, 2011 or February 28 or 29, 2011 because the account balances that we will find on a balance sheet are as of a given date. The second type of financial statement is the so-called income statement, sometimes referred to as the statement of income and expenses or simply statement of income. This statement of income or income statement presents balances or accumulation of amounts for a certain given period of time. It presents the result of operations of a CEC or telecenter over a certain period, say over a period of 1 month, over a period of a quarter, of a semester, or a year. The income statement consists or is composed of the uh, the details of revenues during the period. It also presents the amounts of or details of expenses incurred during that or during a certain period of time.